Yo, everybody, it's Terence Crawford. Watch my fight live Saturday, September 13th, live on Netflix.
Prime for prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really? Why? Just
Because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has to switch, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. I just think Crawford is a very, very unique talent.
it says a lot about him. He took you to the courtroom and you're still saying he beats Canelo and Mayweather. It says a lot about him.
Well, yeah,
Or tried to take you to the courtroom.
that has nothing to do with his ability as a fighter.
Yeah.
Maybe his ability as a litigator, I can say things, but as a fighter, he's a unique, superior guy.
Thank you, Bob. Thanks for all your time. Thank you, Bob.
Canelo Alvarez reveals that he started camp for Terence Crawford the other day.
Smash the like button.
And yeah, man, we're going to get this show on the road. We got about 2 months out until this fight goes down, but people giving their thoughts, people giving their opinions. But it's starting to see like more people is leaning more towards Terence Bud Crawford, and more particularly these people is like people like Bob Arum, the former promoter of Terence Bud Crawford. And Bob Arum in the past, initially, when this fight first got brought up as a thing, Crawford just too small, right? This is the thing. Fast forward sometime, Bob Arum gets asked again. Well, we don't know what type of Canelo's going to show up. He's a businessman. Terence Crawford is a true fighter. He's a true professional. Crawford's going to win the fight. Now, Bob Arum has some more things to say. And he says this quote. And this is on Ring Magazine for those who think, so you can go to the website and actually see it for yourself. But Bob Arum says this quote, Crawford will beat Canelo either by KO or wide decision. More likely a decision, because Canelo's going to shell up. People don't see how much he's declined. Not just versus Skull, but even before that, end quote. Now, this is something I've been saying. I'm tired of even saying that part. But I say a lot of this stuff, bro. A lot of this stuff, your favorite YouTubers don't even be saying this stuff, dog. I know they don't be saying it. But I say a lot of this stuff that you hear a lot of these guys say, bro. I've been saying Canelo looking like he's slipping. And the reason why I even do take Bob Arum's word, because we saw how things ended between him and Terence Crawford. And yet and still, Bob Arum.
Well, I'm pretty sure my decision is made already. Bob couldn't secure me the Spence fight when I was with him. So how you going to secure me the Spence fight when I'm not with him? So, I'm moving forward with my career right now, and I wish everybody the best.
Arum still has high praise with Terence Bud Crawford. Bob Arum's a dude that's almost 100 years old. Now, some may say, oh, well, he got dementia or he may be losing it and all that, right? Those are jokes. That old man is sharp. For him to be 90 years old, Bob Arum still knows what he sees and he still understands what's going on to a degree, right? And Bob Arum said that Terence Crawford is better than Floyd Mayweather. And he said that with no hesitation. And he promoted both fighters, right? He promoted both guys. And he said that Terence Crawford's better. He's a very, very unique guy. How could you really prepare for a dude that could fight very well from both sides, and he could punch and he can do a little bit of everything, right? And this is what Canelo Alvarez is up against. Canelo Alvarez, this is a really, really, really tough fight for Canelo. If the weight isn't a factor, and that's Canelo's really only strong case in this fight, in my opinion, just my opinion, is that his weight, the weight, his durability, right? But other than that, this is a tough fight for him. Because even the old man Bob noticed that he was on the decline. You can't just say Bob is don't have dementia, because then you got to say Bushido got dementia. Because I've been saying it before it was popular, before anybody else was saying it. I'm like, man, yeah, Canelo falling down the hill. He's falling down the hill. He's not moving as much as he used to. He's not as sharp and as explosive, and he's not. Well, what about Bud? Well, Bud Crawford's still throwing punches. Well, he lost against Mijamov. No, he won. Unanimous decision. See, y'all so used to guys you're so used to his consistent dominance that when he has one night that looks like it could be possibly a bad night, oh, well, he lost the whole damn fight. And this is the standard for a lot of black American fighters that's really, really talented. The standard is just extremely high to the point where a lot of these dudes can't get hit with jabs. If they get punched, oh, well, he got hit too much and all this other stuff, and it's a fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy, but that's just kind of the way it is. But Canelo Alvarez, man, this is a tough fight. It's a tough fight for him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the foot speed, the footwork, the hand speed. Canelo Alvarez is telegraphing. His shots is very telegraphed.
Watch this. Crawford and Madrimov are moving, resetting, probing for control. Crawford flicks a jab, pauses, and Madrimov easily steps out, resets and resenders. Now watch Canelo against Skull. Every time distance is created or there's a reset, he doesn't react. He stands flat-footed. He doesn't adjust, doesn't change angle, doesn't even step. This is Canelo's biggest weakness, his feet. Every time he faced a true mover, Lara, Mayweather, Bivol, he either lost or barely got the win.
The jab, 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 right hand. You got to question his hunger. At this point, he's kind of on autopilot, just collecting the bag, right? And then he runs into a fighter who's older but very hungry and talented in Terence Bud Crawford, who has a seemingly endless tool bag of skills to use in the ring. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Because when we see Terence Crawford, his fights end differently. Every fight ends differently. You know how when you watch certain fighters, you kind of know how the fight's going to play out, right? If things kind of go how you kind of know how it's going to play out. But with Bud, you just don't know how it's going to play out. You don't know what type of fight's going to go about. And these are things Canelo has to worry about. These are things Canelo's going to have to worry about. Bob Arum got Bud now KOing Canelo. I still have a hard time believing that's going to be it. I still can't. I'm not saying I'm totally like, nah, he ain't going to knock Canelo out at all. But for me, you got to show me that one, bro. Because Canelo got an iron chin. Or a wide decision. So he's saying that Crawford's going to shut Canelo Alvarez out. That he's going to box his sockets off. That Canelo's going to be shelling up. And he's right. What did I tell you guys? When Canelo gets the punches thrown at him, he don't punch back. He keeps his guard up, kind of waits. Right? He kind of waits. He don't necessarily Canelo don't really like to get hit like that. I mean, nobody likes to get hit, but Canelo's not that. He's not taking significant risk in fight. He's not a huge risk taker. He's going to be pretty cautious in his fight. He's going to be pretty gun shy in his fight. He's going to be worried about the counter shot from Terence Crawford. He's going to be worried about that southpaw stance. He's going to be worried about that power jab coming from the southpaw stance. He's going to be worried about whatever other tricks or little things that Terence Crawford does in the ring. Canelo Alvarez's best option is to be in tremendous shape. Tremendous shape, the best shape he can be in at his age, at his point of his career, and leave it all in the fucking ring. That's all he can do. Don't fuck stamina. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're gonna have to burn the gas. Because if you sit around and play with a guy like Terence Crawford with this boxing game with Terence Crawford, you're going to lose. So you're going to have to make it a fight. But unfortunately, Crawford can fight too. Some boxers can't necessarily fight too well. Terence Crawford could do both. He could box and he could fight. So you got to be prepared for that. You got to try to get Crawford to fight as much as possible in this fight. No. You got to get Crawford to fight as much as possible in this fight. No. You got to get Crawford to fight as much as possible in this boxing match. Because those are your best chances to get something off on him because he's the naturally smaller guy, right? KO or wide decision from the old man Bob Arum. He said that Terence Crawford is a very, very unique fighter. Still got high praise for Bud even after the whole nasty split from Top Rank and getting a Spence fight. Bob Arum didn't hold no hard feelings, bro. So to me, that said a lot about Bob, right? Because when something typically like this happens, you could tell the dude took it personal. He's saying things. He's spilling out secrets. Bob Arum didn't do none of that, bro. He kept it G. He said it's just business. Yeah, he may not, but as a fighter, the kid is incredible. I got to respect it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Bob Arum, man. It's a tough fight for Canelo, bro. Because when you hear the opposing argument, the only thing you're going to hear is the weight. That's the only thing you're going to hear. But how Canelo going to beat him? He's just going to walk him down? He's just going to walk him down. Like, just walk him down. Crawford's not going to be spinning, cutting them all. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be spinning them on none of that, cutting angles. He ain't going to be doing none of that, right? Crawford's just going to be standing right in front of him, right? Is that what we're saying? Crawford ain't going to be spinning this dude or nothing like that? You mean tell me Crawford, you never... Come on, man. What are we doing here? But KO or decision from Bob Arum, man. Bob Arum said KO or wide decision. He said KO or domination, basically, right? But Canelo Alvarez began camp. It should be a really good fight, man. I mean, the build-up is going to be great. 3-day event. Really, I thought the build-up to the fight was going to be a little bit more... I'm talking about the fans. I thought it was going to be a lot more arguments, right? Even though this isn't a 5-year build-up type of thing, I thought it'd be a lot better arguments from the opposing, from the Canelo side. I figured there'll be a lot better argument, but the truth is, you as a boxer fan, and even if you're riding with Canelo and you don't think Crawford can win, you know what you've seen from Canelo Alvarez more recently. But you still believe that the weight is going to be the factor. And rightfully so. Because traditionally, it typically don't end well when a smaller fighter moves up to fight a bigger fighter. It just don't end well typically, right? But we're going to see if Crawford could be that rare occasion where it typically didn't go the way we expected it, right? Expected the smaller guy to struggle or lose against the naturally bigger guy. Well, the smaller guy moved up 2 weight classes and actually dominated the bigger guy. That'd be something pretty significant in the sport of boxing, considering it don't happen often. But yeah, you guys, Bob Arum comes out and says that Terence Crawford KOs Canelo Alvarez or dominates him. Tell me what you guys think. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.